Gate 14 podcast. And listen, Avery, I'm not going to say the B. Where are you at? Are we saying the B word?
I'm so close to saying the B word.
That's 4 in a row, brother.
I
4 series wins.
Johnny, this is a little exercise for everyone at home. Take out your phones and just look at the standings.
Are we ahead of them Yanks?
No, but it's damn close.
Really? Even after that? The Toronto Blue Jays are 36-28, folks. 36-28. I mean, that's a good record, but it feels like it could be way better. Like, I guess that's ball, right? That's what the folks at home say. That's just ball.
Yeah, but we're not as far out of it as that. What a series to win.
Yeah,
needed that so badly.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just feels so good to win baseball games. Like, come back. Like, they were down 2-0. Jose Barrios gives up a moon bomb and then gives you 5 or 6 consecutive zeros right after. That is why, like, I am telling you right now, it is going to be hard as fuck to play this team in the playoffs if they make it. You got Gausman, Bassett, Barrios in a 5-game series. Like, you're just rolling with a 3-headed monster.
And
like
Kikuchi length out of the pen if you need it.
Yeah, Kikuchi length out of the pen. Like, this is a hard team to face. I mean, I'm not going to look into the playoffs just yet, but fuck. It just, I mean, this series and now the bright side of it as well is it's like, man, this series goes to show you that 3-headed monster of Gausman, Bassett, and Barrios is hard to hit. Like, the Astros aren't a bad hitting team. I mean, they're like they're in a wild card spot right now. They're a playoff team, and the Jays just stuffed them in a fucking locker.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have little league pitcher pitch on Monday, might have been a whole lot different too.
It's so fun to watch. Let's go into some background stuff here. So, the swing heard around the world, the score bet swing. By the way, shout out to score bet for inviting us. I only could show up with my buddy Scotty, but it was a good time. It was sick. I fell in love there, as Avery knows. I fell in love there. But let's go into that swing, because I'm not an excuse guy, and a lot of people gave me this excuse that DM'd me and stuff like that. Like, it's hard to hit off a mat. It's this, it's that. It's hard to hit off a mat, folks. It's not easy. You give me a little fucking patch of grass and that ball's singing on the green. I catch a little divot. It's hard to do that.
No, that ball's not on the green.
I'm telling you, I know my swing. It's something about that. It's something about that goddamn turf. I don't know what it is. It's something about the turf. It makes me sick. But yeah, I mean, the swing wasn't great. I had a ton of swing coaches DM me and just, oh, what nice swing, man. You're an athlete, this, that. Listen, I told you not to give me fucking tips, but I'll give you the background on me falling in love. So the score bet hooked it up. Like, they, so you show up to hole 0 and they escort you to this locker room. They made a locker room with lockers with your names on it and like just full of gear on the inside. So I get changed. We go to the hole. We're the first tee off, by the way, which is catastrophic for a guy like me, a mental midget. And we go to the first tee and I do my thing. And then we come back and I'm going back into the locker room after getting interviewed and stuff like that by the score bet. And I open my thing and just 2 rocket ships are to my right. I'm like, holy shit. And Johnny Boy's back. One of them followed me on Instagram first. So some are starting to argue some are starting to argue I'm back. But yeah, wish you were there, man, because it would have been a good competition, a little good vlog video. They had a track man, like a shot tracer behind me. I didn't catch anything, obviously. But yeah,
I was get far enough off the ground for them to get you.
I really fucked it. I had some really good practice swings. Like, the guys were like, "Do you play a lot? Like, do you play golf?" I'm like, "Yeah, I played like 80. I played like 80 times in the past couple of years, probably, like, altogether." I don't know why I use the number
that's
80.
A lot of time.
Yeah, that's a lot of times. Maybe it was a little bit less. But I did say that to them, and then I just absolutely duff it. And then my buddy
didn't you hit 2 shots?
No, okay. So I hit the first shot, and then the second shot, he gives me a 58, and it's like, it's not. He's like, it's 120 out. I'm like, this is not 120 out. But he gives me a 58, and I duff that as well. I go off of the tree onto the green. Like, there's going to be some footage that's coming out of it. I go off the tree onto the green. Absolute masterclass for me. It was incredible. And then
did you bogey the hole?
No, I 3-putted for double because I rushed my. You know me, I rushed my putts. I didn't even want to look at it. They had Scotty Cameron's there. They had beautiful clubs. I rushed the putt and had an absolute fucking meltdown. It was catastrophic. That's what it was.
Shit.
Yeah,
Joey,
it was. But
that is very, very funny.
Yeah, but anyways, I fell in love. Want to know what the score bet?
I was there.
So
I was at the golf tournament today. We couldn't go. I couldn't go yesterday. I had a bunch of shit to do. Up super late doing work stuff, so I could go today. I tried to weasel my way in. They were having none of it today.
yeah, they're like, after we saw your co-host, I can't fucking see you firing shots like
Yeah,
that.
but then we went to the score bet hole on hole 9.
yeah,
You get, as long as you had the app, which me and Moro did, obviously.
yeah.
Free drinks, free food, blackjack, right on the 9th hole.
That's absurd. They just got money to spend. I respect that. I respect that. Let's go into some baseball stuff here, Avery. Let's go into some baseball stuff. Anthony Bass back at it again.
I'm so excited to talk. This one is
this isn't political. This isn't political. This is just funny.
This is the
just
funniest shit that's
funny.
ever happened to the Toronto Blue Jays.
And I want to say this. Ross Atkins, what the fuck are you doing having this guy on the podium? What are you doing having this guy talk? Anthony Bass pretty much said, yeah, like, I understand this is their lifestyle, which is not. Like, you're born with it. I understand this is your lifestyle. I understand this, understand that, but I still have my beliefs, right? Like, everyone has to have their beliefs. Why the fuck would he talk? What the fuck were you like? Why would you have him talk if you know the guy is going to double down on it? He doubled down on it.
Which the worst media training. The PR team for the Blue Jays.
What are we doing?
Get your resume intact, because what the fuck are you guys thinking?
I couldn't believe, like, so I was driving and I was talking on the phone with T-Mac, by the way. Me and T-Mac had a nice little, like, hour and 20-minute phone conversation, just shooting the shit, just two guys going at it.
Yeah.
And like, I the phone call ends and I get to Alto's house here in Toronto, his apartment, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, Anthony Bass spoke to the media? When the fuck did this happen? Was it just like randomly announced, like, Anthony Bass spoke to the fucking Toronto media? And I'm just seeing an influx. Like, I tweeted, I just tweet at me like I just got out of a comma.
That's what you said?
Yeah, I didn't spell coma right. I said, tweet at me like I just got out of a comma. What did Anthony Bass say? And everyone was just like, he pretty much just doubled down on, like, and just when you thought, Avery, it couldn't get any funnier.
Oh my God.
Keegan Matheson, who I thought it was a troll account, said, Anthony Bass is catching the first pitch tomorrow night for Pride Night. And then I tweeted, like, this is Aaron Hernandez catching the first pitch on Murder Awareness Night at the Rogers Center.
This is Osama bin Laden catching the first pitch at 9/11 night.
It's crazy. Who the fuck? Like, that had to go through an entire boardroom, right? Like, an entire boardroom of, like, all right, so yeah, we got this Pride Festivals, all stuff. We're going to, like, celebrate it, like, show they're welcome at the ballpark. And some little weasel intern was like, let's have the dude with homophobic shit on his Instagram story and his beliefs are homophobic. Let's throw him behind the dish.
What do you think he's going to write on that baseball that he signs?
I tweeted.
It's going to be a Bible verse or something.
I tweeted, he's going to have a hazmat suit. He's he's going to have holy water. He's going to just go full out. Like,
I don't know who's throwing the first pitch, but you know, when you take pictures with people you don't really know, but you go like arm around, hover hands.
Yeah, someone tweeted us the picture tomorrow. Like, once it's done, the first pitch, it's minus 10,000. He's not going to touch the person. No chance. No chance. It's like,
I cannot. How did they come to this, and why did they? It is fucking so dumb.
Let's have Anthony Bass, who is booed by 40,000 whenever he touches the fucking mound, is the most hated dude ever. Let's have him catch the first pitch. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a troll.
A celebration, not a public shaming of Pride Night.
I couldn't believe, like, they got to pull back on this, right? Like, by the time you're listening to this podcast,
it is
they're
way
in too
worse.
deep now.
Yeah. Oh, it is going to be so fucking funny, Johnny. Tomorrow. I've never been a guy like, make sure you get to your seat early at a game, because I hate the opening ceremony. This is must see.
It's must watch, man. Like I tweet, it's a Saturday Night Live skit. That's what it is. It's a Saturday Night Live skit that is taking place at the Rogers Center.
Yeah, Larry David is behind this.
Guy that is clearly homophobic, right? Like his
100%.
beliefs, he doubled down on his beliefs in the media, is catching the first pitch from a representative of that community. It's crazy. It's insane. Whatever. That's the Blue Jays difference. I can't believe it.
What, like, the
he's sanitizing the ball. I'll tell you that right now.
It's the Bloods and the Crips tying the bandana, holding it up. It's it's the black hand. It's the white hand.
So what are the odds they post that picture on Insta of him like first pitch with the ball, and they just turn the comments off? They just go full coward, turn the comment. They're gonna have to, because the comments are gonna be insane. Because the thing is, there's no winning here. The people on the other side, on his side, are mad because he cowered it out, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And the people that are in the community, like that community, are mad because he's a piece of shit. So they're just, the Blue Jays went completely, let's piss off both sides here.
I think I have all day to prepare for the tweet, which is not a good thing for the Twitter world. I might have 5 of them on the same quote tweet.
It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Like,
I'm so excited.
It's like the captions are like when your mom forces you to take a picture with your cousin who you don't like.
Yeah,
like,
when you have to bring your little brother, like something. It blows my mind that they thought Anthony Bass catching the first pitch would mend the huge issue they have with that community. I don't know the fucking official thing, so that's why.
It's just that community. It's just that community. But like, it's insane, and you got to respect like how stupid they are for it. But yeah, that's the Blue Jays difference.
Do you think the representative will just like choose not to throw it to Anthony? Like, I hope we get 95 from Nate Pearson in the dirt. Or
Nate
something.
Pearson comes out. He's like, "I got you. I'm an ally."
Like this is the only time you could physically harm him with a baseball and get away with it.
For sure. I can't believe this is real life. I'm still trying to comprehend it. It's crazy.
Anthony Bass thinks it's dumb as fuck too.
Oh, his wife does. And then he threw someone under the bus. He's like, someone DM'd me that video. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. Just say it was your wife, bro.
Yeah.
Just say your wife DM'd it to you, and let's just go on with our merry day. That's what happened. But yeah, let's go into the games, man. Let's go into the games here. So
we've had time to decompress Monday.
Yeah.
How do you?
Whatever. We won't talk about that. We already talked about it. Manoah's like, he's got to.
We could just where do you stand at multiple days later?
It goes to show you, like, just if you see how the rest of the series went, and all this team really needs is just decent offense with this pitching staff right now, and you're going to win baseball games. And Manoah is not giving you decent offense, or decent pitching. So he had to get the guy that's going to get called up or whatever, the guy that's going to pitch on Saturday. All he has to do is go 4 or 5 innings, 3 runs, and he's better than Alek Manoah. Yeah. Like, it's not the bar is not high for this guy. It's not.
Yeah.
And he's facing a shitty offense in the Twins. So it's like, yeah, the bar's not high for whoever the fuck it is, just to make that clear. But yeah, there's not really much to say about it. Just like, yeah, he wasn't great. Didn't give the team a chance to win. And like I said, the rest of the 3 games of the series, see what happens when a pitcher gives his team a chance to win. They come back and they win baseball games when they're still in it. It's awesome.
It's always what competent starting pitching has done.
Yeah.
This team last year doesn't win some of these games because they don't.
I don't think so.
They don't pitch as well.
Because we're also talking about like good defense. And
I saw someone on Twitter. I'm sorry, they all fucking mesh together. Whoever tweets stuff that they think the team is a lot like the 2016.
Kyle,
team.
That was Kyle.
Kyle, okay,
yeah.
Shout out to Kyle.
Neopel lover.
Seems a lot like 2016, a lineup that should have raked, and then they just pitched their fucking dicks off the whole season. We're in the same spot.
Exact same spot. Literally in the exact same spot. It's awesome. Jose Berrios. But it
always is it awesome, or are you disappointed in the offense still?
Well, there's a little bit of both. There's a little bit of both. It's cool to watch a pitching staff just mow through a lineup, and it's also cool to watch an offense nickel and dime you to death and win a baseball game. Do I wish there was home runs? Sure. Do I wish they were beating teams by 500 like they were in 2021? Sure. But at the end of the day, it's what's that saying? Avery, pitching wins ball games, right? Pitching wins postseason baseball games. And this pitching staff, I put them up against anyone right now, especially the bullpen, man. Eric fucking Swanson is insane. is insane. But
The
before we
the
go,
PFP practice they're gonna have to do after this week, him and Bassett.
yeah,
You
it's
gotta
gonna
get
be.
back in the lab tomorrow.
Speaking about Bassett, though, I mean, I, he's fucked. He's a fucking madman.
And now he's on his socials grind as well.
Follow the Gate 14 boys. Great. Listen, if you're listening to this podcast and you didn't see on Twitter, I don't know how you didn't have like 50,000 impressions. Chris Bassett followed us first on Twitter. Followed us first. After going 8 innings, 1 run, he said, you know what? I'm going to follow the fucking Gate 14 boys. Why not? Credit to him, man. I mean,
he didn't respond to our DM.
He hasn't read it yet. But what I was gonna say is like there's moments that I have in this podcast where I'm just like, pinch me. I can't believe this. Because in my other podcast, I know the big names, I know that type of stuff, but I'm always following them first, or like I'm mutual friends with them and stuff like this. Chris Bassett just followed us to follow us because he loves our content. That's like sometimes I'll take a step back and be like, I can't believe this.
I don't think we can ever take a step back. It's the content game. I listened to you on Zoo's podcast, Less Than Jay's, fucking great masterclass. Paid for the Patreon too, because I'm
shout out to Less Than Jay's.
I don't have a lot of money, but I'll fucking pay $5 for guys who'll be nice to us. It's like the content game. There's no stopping in looking
for sure, but it's definitely like
it's super cool.
A part of being in the content game and which separates people from others is showing appreciation for where you're at.
Oh yeah.
And like
I always think it's the follows are awesome, but it's the me talking to them on the field is where it's just like, that shit rocks.
For sure. It's like, that was one of those moments I had where I'm like, I called you immediately when I saw it. I thought it was a trolled account. And I was just like, Chris Bassett just fucking followed us first. It's wild, but
I always think the question I'd want to ask people is like, what was the post that you saw that made it happen?
We'll definitely ask him that. I'm sure the DM will get answered soon. If maybe it won't. I don't know.
But Swanee said the one about Brandon Belt's cock was the one he saw, and
which is so fucking.
He's
funny.
like, I need to follow those,
which is so fucking funny, so funny. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. Hopefully, we get to chat him up and stuff like that. But I just wanted to say, like, Chris Bassett following us first, Eric Swanson following us first. Like, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our listeners and like the people that interact with us and like run up our numbers and stuff like that to make it show on Chris Bassett's For You page and Eric Swanson's For You page and stuff like that. So when these guys follow us, they're following all of Gate 14. They're following the listeners that tweet at us. They're following everything because like everything we do is like with you guys. So I just wanted to make that clear and just kind of touch on that Chris Bassett following us because that was just a real pinch me moment. But before we go into the Chris Bassett stuff, Kevin Gossman is fucking he is a madman.
So like, the MLB's top 5 of Cy Young odds. I think whoever made that list and whoever chose Anthony Bass to catch the first pitch
are the same people. They're one and the
same school.
Yeah,
so they're brain dead morons.
But the thing is, they're doing it for
fifth
click.
Leader in the AL, tied for the strikeout lead. Every time Kevin Gossman gets the ball, Dubon leadoff homer.
It's Jover.
Did suck after maybe you thought Alek Manoah had kind of sprinkled his bad luck on other people. Kevin Gossman's splitter's too good to worry about luck.
I'll say this. I'm a hitting guy. I don't know if you're a hitting guy. You're a pitching guy, obviously. I rarely look forward to someone pitching, especially coming into this year. I just love hitting. I love offense. I love home runs. I can't believe we have 3 guys on our staff that I genuinely look forward into watching toe the rubber for the Toronto Blue Jays. Like today, it was just all right. Barrios Day with a chance to win the series. Like that's the best we could do in the series. The worst we could do is split it. And he shoved his balls on the table. Chris Bassett on Wednesday shoved. Kevin Gossman on Tuesday. It is insane how many strikeouts he gets with a 2-pitch mix, Avery. I don't get it. He has a 2-pitch mix. You know what is coming to you.
In every opposing broadcast, I guarantee you they say the same thing. See the fastball up. If you see it like it's a splitter starting in the zone, don't swing.
Yeah.
Because it's not a strike. And every single time, it does not fucking matter.
God, he's so fucking incredible. Listen, he is just so goddamn special, man. He really is. Like let's look at this: 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, which was the first hitter. So the rest of no one else scored after the first inning. 13 strikeouts. 13 strikeouts.
Tied career high.
Tied career high. I can't comprehend, and I am. You could fucking take Robbie Ray and shove it. Fuck that season. Fuck the Robbie Ray season. I'm sorry. This is a masterclass. And I know we say that word all the time. This is a masterclass that we get to watch every 5 days. And I hope to God that Blue Jays fans don't take this shit for granted, because it is so rare. Your starting rotation is bump, 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 bump. 3 in a row, just dogs. It's so rare. When was the last time we've had that, Avery? Last year we didn't have it.
Do you think we should try to split them up 3 in a row?
No. You get the 3-headed monster back to back to back.
But then you get Kikuchi.
And then a bullpen game. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But the thing is, though, when these 3 guys are pitching, the bullpen just doesn't work. It's just 8-9. That's it. So, the bullpen has rest. I mean, the only guys that have really thrown for this team are obviously Garcia tonight, Swanson, and Romano, really. There's teams in a good spot. It's just, I will say that it is, as a viewer, as an entertainment standpoint, it is a little bit frustrating watching this offense. That's all I can really, the only negative thing I could say is it's really frustrating watching this offense.
Yeah. But they've found a way when they have to.
Just be little rats. Be weasels.
And you shouldn't have to be weasels when you have Bo Bichette and Vladdy in the middle, right? You should be the Atlanta Braves. You should be the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
It's just not that. And Chapman back down to earth, sadly. But he's through the earth. He's in the crust. He's been terrible, dude. He's been terrible. Finally figuring it out again. George Springer better. So it is weird. I feel like everyone's not slumping at this point besides Chapman, but the offense isn't there. So it's a weird spot with this offense, but I can't be mad with 4 series wins in a row.
So let's go into the Hound on the Mound day. I got to witness this in person. This might have been the best pitching performance I've ever seen live. It just might. 80 pitches, Avery. 80 pitches in 8 innings. 80 pitches against, like I said, a good offense. Chris Bassett, 8 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, which came early, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Came in the 4th inning. Sorry, not early. And just keeps the team in the game. And you know what happens? The team ends up tying it up. They end up tying it up 2-2 or 2-2 in the 6th. And then let's go Brandon in the 7th inning. We've talked about Chris Bassett. We know how special he is. We know what he's doing is not human. I mean, that's back-to-back could have been complete game shutouts, or complete game 1 run, and then the other one was a shutout. I guess both were 1 runs, but this is not human what Chris Bassett's doing. And one thing I really like about Chris Bassett is I will fight tooth and nail against analytics. I hate analytics. He's one of me. But my career numbers against Yordan Alvarez, I wasn't facing him in the 9th inning. And he was fine to give the ball away, which is something I like. A guy that he wants to take the 9th, but he understands he's going up against one of the best left-handed hitters on the planet. So it was just, I mean, that game was insane. I mean, another comeback win, just like tonight. It's awesome.
Brandon, man. His numbers are insane. What a ridiculous start to this. Every time he starts to hit better, I get more and more mad that he just fucked off at spring training.
Me too. But it was
I think about the Jack Flaherty start in St. Louis, where Brandon Belt strikes out, 3-2 count, 1st inning, bases loaded.
What does he do if he has spring training, right?
Yeah. Moon bomb.
Let's talk, Avery, and you're talking about his recent stats. These are insane. He is 8 for 22 with 2 home runs, 7 walks, hitting .364 with a .517 on base percentage and a .773 slugging in his last 7. He is on a Linsanity run that you have never seen before. And I know that's a small sample size. Let's go into the last 30 games. 29 for 89, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, .326 average, .459 OBP, and a .528 slugging. This guy is having a goddamn year now. And it's crazy what he did at the start to what he is doing now. It is legitimately two different hitters.
Yeah.
He's putting up better numbers than Vladdy right now.
His OPS is better than Vladdy,
It is.
right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's the on-base percentage for Belt, but who cares? OPS is still the stat.
OPS is 828.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Crazy.
God.
I bet if you looked at their ISOs, though, it'd be way different, which is very funny. But you got Brandon Belt. He seems hilarious, too. Just in everything the social team for the Blue Jays posts is Brandon Belt just acting like the coolest guy of all time. So let's go, Brandon. Most valuable penis.
He's the best player on this team right now.
Yeah, MVP, and the P doesn't stand for player.
100%. That video of him walking up through the dugout and being like, I don't even got to say what I got to say. You already know. You already know. He's the best. He's the best to ever do it. He really is. I would die for Brandon Belt at this point. I'm honestly contemplating getting a jersey. He is the best. I love him. Dude, I don't know if I can like someone on a team more because the 180 he did. He was so bad. He was so bad.
Legitimate terrorist watch. Like, that wasn't us overreacting. He was the worst hitter in baseball.
It's insane. And we're not even just saying this. Let's look at his splits. Brandon Belt in April. Oh my God, this is bad. He hit 164. He's hit 164 in April, 333 in May, and 350 in June. This is insane. It's just two different guys. So yeah, we had to talk about Brandon. A lot of Blue Jays that wanted Biggio DHing over him, which still for me will always be the Mona Lisa tweet. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? But yeah, it's what a guy. Brandon, let's go, Brandon, man. Let's go fucking Brandon forever. All-time locker room guy, all-time team guy. And
but so Zimmer was the guy last year.
I think Brandon's the new guy. But he's good.
No, Brandon was obviously the guy this year. Do you like that our guy plays a lot and is good? Because I kind of like the Zimmer where he was never playing.
See, the thing about Zimmer was that was cool, Avery, was
the 8th inning defensive replacement.
No, it just when he would come in, our mentions would explode. It would everyone would be laughing and oh my God, here he is. And then he would get a pinch hit at bat, and then he would fucking strike out on 4 pitches and be a 20 seconds behind. He's our new Zimmer, but he is getting a new significant other that is significantly hotter and is way cooler,
not abusive.
Yeah, not way hot, way cooler, way better looking. That's what Brandon Belt is, and I couldn't love any more of it. And he just has an absolute hog on him. I love that. I tweeted that today. So there's this peanut. Yeah, he's the best. He's the best, man. I can't get enough. I can't personally get enough of Brandon Belt, and I'm happy he's raking because he does this old man pimp job where he hits a home run and just drops his bat, just like he's
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah,
it's the bat flip hasn't been invented this century.
Yeah,
yet.
he just spins and just drop. And you know what I'm talking about, listener.
Oh yeah,
you've seen it.
It's the bat drop. It's not a bat
just
flip.
Bang, bang, just immediate, just the bat's on fire after you hit it. They teach you when you're 6. So shout out Brandon Belt. Shout out Chris Bassett. I mean, there's not much more we could say about this guy. I was originally mad because some of us bet on him to go CG, which is a crazy bet, but I did. Me and Scotty bet. Yeah, me and Scotty betted on the score.
No way.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, put him back. Come on, put him back in. Tease us a little bit. But yeah, so Jordan Romano comes in, gives up a double, and then just puts everyone in his back pocket right after.
So I saw some stuff on Twitter, which I actually disagree with. Well, a lot of stuff on Twitter I disagree with. People show the Jordan Romano Baseball Savant page, and they'd say, how can you be worried about him? So it's a little different when you got to watch the game and you can't give up a run besides him not giving up hard contact. It's for that. Obviously his stuff is great and he doesn't give up a lot of hard contact, but you need to limit runs. So that was the first time I was like, how does showing someone's Baseball Savant page not correlate to him giving up this run in the 9th inning to keep the game going?
But his Baseball Savant has red circles, so who cares that he gave up the run? It's just such a lazy argument that people make with that. Oh, look at his Savant. It's
Yeah.
just the people that live on the Savant and just
Well, there's so much better stuff than red circles that
yeah,
you
like
can get.
expected ERA maybe or stuff like
FIP,
that.
Sierra,
Yeah. There's
strikeout
so many.
minus walk rate.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm not harping on Romano. I just he's been lights out as of late. So
But
gotta
so you said this thing to me, Brave series, right? Was
yeah.
that when it was? You're like, he still kind of scares me. I'm I'm not in the same boat as you. I think everyone feels that way about their closer still, but it's just like, yeah, if he throws a slider low, someone's gonna torch it. Like there was two hard hit, maybe not hard hit balls today, but balls that seemed to be in the middle of the plate that one Kyle Tucker doesn't hit off the end of the bat. I thought was laced down the line. A pretty hard hit ball to center field. Just like I would like to miss a little more bats, a little more swing and miss.
For sure.
He doesn't have Edwin Diaz's stuff.
I
And
agree.
and Edwin Diaz had an out of control strikeout rate last year, one of the best ever. So it's like you see Edwin Diaz in the game, it's like no one's touching that shit. Jordan Romano pitches enough to contact where it can scare you in the ninth inning.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he's been I mean, he's been
But then
awesome as of late.
we get 99 today on second day in a row.
Oh, he hit 99 today. I didn't even see that. He did, huh?
Yep. And it's like, okay, he's fucking back.
Yeah. And I know you alluded to this earlier. Credit to me for big word. We got to talk about Matt Chapman, bro. Matt Chapman in his last 30 games is 22 for 114, hitting 193 with a 268 on base and a 325 slug. Where are you at with Matty Chopsticks? You worried? Why do they keep hitting him high in the order? That's what I want to know. Because it seems like, and I said this on Less Than Jays.
Maybe it's protection.
I said this on the Jays, Less Than Jays. Does it not feel like he's always up with runners in scoring position? Every single time I'm watching a Jays game, it's second, third, first, and third. Matty Chopsticks is up to bat.
But
every time.
This was the exact same thing we said about Vladdy when he was slumping 2 weeks ago.
But this is more than a slump, though, Wave.
100%. I think it's just part of him hitting like shit is you seem to get up in those big situations. It's like when you go into a game at a position you haven't played, it's like the ball is going to find you. I think it's that type of baseball thing where it just that's why they don't score a lot of runs, because when you have people on base and he comes up in the order, he's struggling right now. And you can pretty much thank that for some of the lack of offense. And it's just the way the game goes. Like, obviously, and I think it's because you expect him to score run, like get people in, because if Espinal comes up with runners on base, you're just saying, okay, like next guy's gonna get a chance here, not Espinal to drive him in.
It's a weird situation, but I mean, the guy has been so bad offensively. It's hard to watch. It really is. I know it's more than a slump now because it's over 30 games. He's been doing this. Like,
yeah, no, a slump is a week,
like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like a 2 week thing. Like this is really concerning now. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Swings long, not swinging at good pitches. 93 is getting blown past
Frank
him.
the Tank ripping his shirt on a live stream right now.
Yeah, I just saw that. I just got that DM to me. They blew their lead. Now it's tied 10-10. This is disaster class. Oh my god, he did blow it open. Holy shit. Sorry, this is bad radio. But yeah, let's go back to it. Let's go in. We got to talk about Alejandro Kirk as well, bro. He is on the loose, Avery. He is on the loose.
If you were to place a net or like place fielders based on his spray chart, you would put them right behind the shortstop, right behind the second baseman. Because when Alejandro Kirk goes well, it singles right up the middle.
By the way, vote Alejandro Kirk for the All-Star game.
Yes, shout out to memes.
Shout out memes.
Alejandro Kirk. Vote everyone on the
vote everyone, but vote Alejandro Kirk especially. I mean, Alejandro Kirk last 15 games, Avery 15 for 47, 6 RBIs, 319 average, 333 OBP, and a 404 slugging.
That OBP isn't great. It would be nice to see him walk some more, but you'll take over 300. Let's look at his walk rate from last year and see where his contact rates are, because what made Alejandro Kirk so good was his ability to just make contact all the time, not strike out.
He's not striking out though.
Yeah.
Like, he looks awesome. I mean, 2 out of the 3 game-winning hits this week were his.
Yeah, his strike. Oh, so his walk rate 79th percentile, strikeout rate 96th percentile. Top 4% of the league in strikeout rate, and a walk rate over 10%.
So he's back, right? He's back. I just
this is the one. Okay. So where I like to look at contact rates is zone contact percentage. I think it's a good what the fuck word am I looking for? It's a good teller of how a hitter's contact rate is. If you can't hit pitches in the strike zone, you're gonna struggle. So Stephen Kwan, Luis Arias, and then Alejandro Kirk. So over like 90% is really good for zone contact percentage. Alejandro Kirk's career zone contact percentage 88.6%. Last year he was 89.5%. This year even better, 91.6% zone contact rate. So it's gonna come for Alejandro Kirk to just keep raking because the profile hasn't really changed. Maybe the way they've pitched to him, launch angles probably changed a little bit. Seems to hit a lot more into the ground. Yeah, ground ball rate up 3.4% this season, and line drive rate right on par. Fly ball rate a little bit down, but Alejandro Kirk is going to get really hot here soon.
Yeah, and he kind of is already. I mean, the clutch hits, it seems like when you need a clutch hit for him this week, he does it.
Who was it? Jake Myers in center field today?
Yeah. No idea what he was doing. Yeah. I don't know what Jake Myers was doing. That was like he got that Harrison Bader in him just to piss off Yankee fans. Yeah, it's I mean, this team is firing on all cylinders. We got the clutch hits, we got comeback wins, the pitching showing up. And speaking of the pitching, I mean, let's go into today's game and then we'll recap this weekend. Jose Barrios. This guy is we talked about this earlier. He is insane, Avery. He is all the way back to the old him. The old Jose Barrios last year gives up that 2-run nuke, right? And just shits down his leg, has an absolute meltdown. This guy has a 2.28 ERA in his last 7 starts, Avery. Is that good? Is a 2.28 ERA his last 7 good?
Yeah.
He's on the loose, dude. He's on the fucking loose.
The thing that I think is so positive for Jose Barrios is he clearly didn't have his best today. But last year when he didn't have his best, that's 3 innings. That's really bad baseball. And that's just not what happened this time. So look at that second inning. Leadoff nuke to Bregman, and bases get loaded, double play, then you get out of the inning where only 1 run scored. It was bases loaded, 1 out in that second inning. Last year, Jose Barrios, there was a middle fastball to the 9-hitter that gets sent to Mars, and his outing gets cut 4 innings too short. But that's not what happened today. When pitchers can get through, and that's why him and Bassett have always been that way. It's like you can get them through. They'll give you length nonstop. And that's the most you can ask for these guys, especially when your game on Monday, you've got to fucking pitch the whole game from the bullpen.
Avery, he only threw, and this is what like the Twitter GMs, you know what? You guys can fucking celebrate this. This was you. He only threw 8 4-seam fastballs today in 89 pitches, 34 sinkers, 29 slurves, 18 changeups, and 8 4-seams. What the fuck did we wait this long to figure this out for? Where was this last year?
Pete Walker finally got dial-up internet to the bar that he sleeps at.
Pete Walker finally tuned into Twitter. Yeah. And this is why, like, the literal 16-year-old Twitter GMs were saying this a year ago. And now he is finally doing it and getting insane results, man. It's crazy to me.
Yep. No, you'll take it. Like, he's still getting hit decently hard, but you'll take that.
I mean, like, his sinker, right? Sinker only had 1 whiff, slurve 4. You know, like you said this, though. He didn't have his best stuff today. Like,
no, and he only had 8 whiffs. He wasn't striking people out. This Astros lineup isn't bad.
Definitely not. I wouldn't categorize it as good, but yeah, it's a team that if you split a series with, you're celebrating. This is why
they invested in defense, because you have guys that keep the ball in the yard. Like if Chris Bassett was pitching for this team last year and they were shifting how often they shifted and they were playing those guys in the outfield, Chris Bassett would have an ERA over 10 at this point. It just wouldn't be going the same way.
100%. I love it. I'm so happy Jose Barrios is back, because you saw it last year, man. It was so tough to watch, bro. So tough to watch. But now he's buzzing. Now he's doing what he's supposed to do. And this team is backing him up. And you give this team chance to win, they fucking win. That's what I love about this team right now. That's what they're doing. So shout out to Barrios, man.
Joe Sachi, is that what they call him?
Joe Sace.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
Joe Sace. Joe Sachi, what the fuck are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
Versace, that's fucking great.
Joe Sachi,
watching.
Yeah.
Spelled the same way, man.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So yeah, Jose Barrios, Bo Bichette, I mean, obviously hasn't been the best, but he's buzzing.
Bo Bichette, round of applause for playing decently solid infield defense.
Yeah, exactly. He's figured it out. I mean, he made an error
saw
today.
the one bobble today.
Yeah.
But I feel like it had been a long time since we saw some egregiously bad infield defense from him.
And listen, the Jays beat today one of the best teams on like they beat today one of the best pitchers in the American League. They got to Framber Valdez. He was at so many pitches. They were forced to go to the bullpen early this game, Avery.
He was so frustrated in that one inning where they threw Kirk out at the plate.
They were nickel and diming him. I can't. Yeah. By the way, that's send. Do you know who was running? What? Sending Alejandro Kirk not being a station-to-station guy when you're a third base coach, what the fuck is running through your head? Why are we Luis Rivera? Why are we sending him, bro? What the hell was that? That was crazy. Whatever. The Jays, I'm just happy they won that game, but that send was just absurd. Absolutely fucking absurd what just took place there. And I mean, let's look at the lineup today. George Springer 0 for 3, like top of the lineup combined between Bichette, Guerrero, Springer, Chapman went had one hit today. The top of the order had one hit. Kirk had a hit. Belt had a hit. Merrifield had a hit. Espinal had a hit. Like the bottom of the order figured it out, right?
Yeah, and that was brutal. Well, the 8th inning, 7th inning, bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, that was.
Thought it was gonna bite us in the ass, but that's what happens when you got fucking great pitching, man.
I can't believe it. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy this team is fucking doing what they're supposed to do now. It sucks. That May's gonna hurt them still against the division and stuff like this, but to see the team, what place are they in, Avery? You said that at the start of the show. What place are they in?
They're in 4th, but they're awfully close to the Orioles and the Yankees.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're 1 game back of the Yankees and 2 of the Orioles.
Yeah. The O's have 2 games in hand, I think, though.
Yeah, so they're 4 back of the Orioles. Sorry, yeah, 2 wins back.
But,
yeah, it's just this team is. I mean, they're just doing what they're supposed to do, handling business, and I'm happy they're doing it. Let's go into the weekend series. Obviously, we talked about the first pitch heard around the world tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will say this: tomorrow's icing on the cake if they win. Let's just say this. Let's go into tomorrow's game and expect positive vibes. Sonny Gray versus Yusei Kikuchi, right?
Oh, yeah, that's not great, man.
Let's go into it and expect positive vibes for everyone, all right? This is going to be, I don't know where I'm at with this. Sonny Gray has been insane. 4-1 with a 2.15 ERA. But I will say this, though, Avery. The Twins' offense sucks. They're fucking terrible.
It does.
They're terrible. They traded Luis Arias, who's the best hitter since Tony Gwynn, for Pablo Lopez, who sucks now.
I don't know what his numbers are. He was really good to start the year. Pablo Lopez. I guess we kind of beat up on him the other day. But yeah, that trade doesn't make a lot of sense right now. But I guess you have guys like Edward Julia come up that they thought they're ready to be ready. But Sonny Gray's been really good, and then the offense has been shit. So I don't know who were they good against left-handers?
No, that wasn't them. That was the Orioles that were good against left-handers, remember?
Oh, yeah, I know the O's are great against left-handers.
But no, Avery, I mean, there's a lot of pitching mishaps, what's that word?
I forget the word now too.
It's whatever. It's unfair. Uneven. Because you got Sonny Gray tomorrow against Yusei, who has been a good 5-starter, like we said. Saturday, you got Joe Ryan against the bullpen game.
Oh, shit.
And then Sunday, you got Gossman. So Gossman versus Varland. So that's the only one where it's like, all right, this game should be a win. But bullpen game against Joe Ryan's not ideal.
No.
Bowden Francis against a bullpen game or against Joe Ryan is not where you want to be. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to say
Minnesota, one of the worst teams against left-handers in baseball.
So I say they win tomorrow, win Sunday. I'm going to say Jays win 2-1, keep the, because the AL Central, I mean, what the fuck? The division leader is under 500, Avery.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Need to abolish divisions at some point here.
It's just, it's not great. It's not great, man. the AL Central, and the fact that a team from there is going to make the playoffs being under 500 is it makes me sick. It makes my skin crawl. But that's where we're at. That's the bed you make when fucking Rob Manfred puts you in the best division that's ever been created in the history of baseball. So thanks, Rob. Thanks for the AL East, brother. Abolish divisions. I want to say Jays won the series 2-1. I called 3-1. Credit to me. I was the only one on the show that called it. I said the Jays were going to win the series 3-1 against the Astros, and they did, which I'm still ecstatic. I can't believe that just happened, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1. They win Friday, win Sunday, lose Saturday. Joe Ryan is gonna just shove. He's gonna shove.
Yep, 100%. I'll go 1-2.
What about you, JR?
I'm
gonna go.
Jays got swept.
I didn't see they played this week. Yeah,
actually no, I'll go 2-1. Fuck it.
2-1. Yeah, 2-1. Let's get the good vibes going. The team's rolling. The boys are buzzing.
This Jays team beats very good pitchers,
which is crazy. And then they'll go 8. Like they'll give 8 scoreless to that guy on the what's his name? The guy on the Mariners that was making his first career start that had a perfect game.
Easton something.
That's just the Blue Jays way. That's the Blue Jays difference. That's what happens. Yeah. Any listener questions or no? You might see some drunk Johnny tweets tonight.
I think we should get you out to the bar.
You might see some drunk Johnny tweets tonight, folks. We'll see. I don't even know where I'm going. It's called Two Cats, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, you'll see YJ's there probably.
Maybe I'll see YJ's. But yeah, make sure you guys keep running it up. We appreciate you guys. I'm not going to say the B word. If they win this series, Avery, can we say the B word?
Oh, 100%.
If they win this series?
Sweep.
I'm saying if they win 2-1, we say the B word.
Okay. I'm
fine. If they win 2-1, we say
as long as they win Sunday.
For sure. Well,
you can't say the B word after losing last game of the series.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. So we're on B word watch, everyone. Make sure you write that down. We're on B word watch. Okay. Let's go, Brandon, as always. Let's go Blue Jays and have a great fucking summer weekend. The weather's going out. Go out. You know what? Talk to that girl. Talk to that girl out there. All right. Talk to that boy. Talk to that girl. Let's fucking have a great weekend, everyone. Because in November, when we're talking to you guys, we're going to say, man, I wish I took advantage of that weekend against the Twins when it was hot outside. So enjoy the weekend. Perspective. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever. And let's fucking go.